Deja vu, another season opener, another shutout. This time it was Memphis Whitehaven. Last year it was Lafayette. Similar scores, 37-0, 34-0. This time you had the running clock, and you pretty much went about as bland and vanilla as you could in the second half.
You played a lot of guys.
Played a lot of guys.
Got to play.
Had some nice plays too with them.
Right, man. I'm very, very proud of our showing overall. The whole roster, the whole 90. You know, every kid got a rep, which says a lot. When you got that many kids, that's kind of tough to do. You know, it's probably one of the cleanest. First games, I was scared to death.
We said that on the radio the whole time.
I was nervous because we had a team that we were playing that had several games under their belt. It was our first, you know, and we looked really clean. You know, there's some pros and cons. I was trying to pick negatives out of it because every week I got to give our kids, you know, what we got to improve on. And there were some things we needed to improve on. But like, you know, it was fun. It was good to get that first half out of the way like that and get some young guys play the second half.
You know, you look at all phases of the game. You won the turnover battle, very few penalties, dominated on defense, dominated on offense. Special teams only had one hiccup. You know, during the broadcast at the beginning of the game, we said, okay, we put the ball in the end zone for a kickback. We intercept on the first play. Take advantage and score. There's not much better you could do to start a game.
And I think that kind of probably broke their back early on. I mean, because if you look at them off the hoof, they're a good-looking football team.
They are a big team.
They're pretty. And they were, I mean, some teams up in Tennessee think they're going to be really good.
Right.
You know, I don't know what Tennessee football is compared to Mississippi football. But I think, you know, our coaches said that. I think that first interception, they probably let their guard down a little bit. It was like, oh man, this is not the way to start. They're probably a team that you get them going, they're probably tough to beat. But we took advantage early, shut them down early, and just, you know, kind of got the party started.
They have coming in one of the most heralded receivers in the state of Tennessee, and you guys got physical with him. I mean, he couldn't even get off the line of scrimmage, and he was zero threat for that game.
We felt like coming in that they were a big play team. They couldn't drive the ball.
Right.
We felt like their running back and their wide receiver, they were just a touchdown waiting to happen on a long play. And so we wanted to prevent anything over the top. We kind of bracketed him. I thought our DBs did well when they just straight manned him up. And so, yeah, he may be the best receiver in the state of Tennessee, one of the fastest kids in the state of Tennessee, and our kids are excited about the challenge and stuff like that. That's one thing I will say about our program and our kids is they would rather play a team that is known to have a little clout and got something about them than a nobody. You know?
I would think as a coach you'd want that because it makes your focus and practice a lot more sharp.
You're right, it does. And our kids will let their guard down if they don't think that other opponent is worthy. That's something we got to get better at.
Right.
But our kids were excited to, you know, they're like, look, man, we got a team from Tennessee that's supposed to get a little, you know, something about them, you know, coming into our territory, and we backed it up.
You know, it's funny you say that. It's not just on the high school level. Lane Kiffin is warning the fans. He at his press conference yesterday talking about Mercer that don't, you know, hey, I know you may not be familiar with their program, but we really need the support. So it's pretty much at every level.
Kids are so smart, and they know. They study. They know who's good. They know who's not good, and you can't lie to them these days.
Right.
Back in the day, you'd have a coach that he could lie to you and say they're this and they're that. Now, we respect every opponent.
Right.
You got to. And just like these next 3 weeks, all three of the opponents we play the next 3 weeks are more than likely going to be in the playoffs on the other side of our bracket.
Right.
So, guys, this is a playoff team. If we're fortunate enough to make the playoffs, these are playoff teams that you can make a statement now. And there's a high possibility you play them later. First round, maybe second round. Don't know. Depends on where we set ourselves up. And so there's a lesson in everything. And, you know, our guys hear it all the time. I don't care if we're playing Alabama or Timbuktu. You take everybody the same.
Well, you bring up a good point. This week's opponent, South Haven, 7 o'clock Friday night here. They won the division.
Won the division, went 11-1 last year, won their division, lost to start one in the first round of the state champs. Was a good, I mean, it was a good game. It was a close game until like the fourth quarter and Starkville ran away with it. I think South Haven made a lot of costly mistakes. But yeah, they're a team that's gave Tupelo fits in the past. When they used to be in the old division, they've always
division rival.
They're super athletic. They're always long and pretty. Their coach has always done a good job. So, I mean, we're going to have a test athletic, and they're always salty on defense. That's one thing. They got beat by Hillcrest last week, but their defense gave Hillcrest fits.
South Haven, another, they're Mississippi, but another Memphis area team. We got Houston, based out of Germantown, coming up in a couple of weeks. So you're getting that flavor up there. But before we get more into the South Haven game, let's look back at some key playmakers from the other night. We'll start on offense. Obviously, Jeremiah had a great game, but you had a running back who really took over with authority and Hill.
Yeah, I mean, JJ does what JJ does, what we expected him to do going into this season. We knew he'd have a bigger role. He's so complimentary to Quay and the way he runs the ball and our receivers and stuff. I mean, I think you probably saw one of the highlights of the night. Probably it was all in the news, is that run where he ran over 3 guys.
Broke 4 tackles, yeah.
And 40-yard touchdown. A big 4th down run one time. It was 4th and 5, and I didn't question. I mean, I looked at it, I said, well, we're going. Good ball, JJ,
Well, up in the booth, they were saying, are they going for it? And I said, yeah. It was like there was even no hesitation. Right. You guys they didn't even look to see if you were going for it on that.
He did, and what was more impressive is some of the stuff I saw him do out of the backfield. Catching the ball and stuff like that. Some stuff that you see Quay is always.
And Quay had some nice catches too.
Quay looked like a darn video game joystick out there. That first touchdown where he stopped on the dime and broke the kid's ankles, and that one screw. I mean, so I'm ready to see whatever game we get. We'll get both them cats on the field together.
Same time.
Yeah, at the same time. So, but there was a lot of guys, man. J.Q. Weatherspoon, we were bragging on him with the way he does the little things so right. Just the way he sits in windows, finishes stuff. Our O-line did a great job giving Jeremiah time.
There was a lot of confidence on the field.
There was. We put a lot of pressure on them. We're really hard on them. We do a lot of good on good stuff, and our kids fail a lot at practice.
That's where you want them to fail.
And the game seemed easy to them. So that's what made me feel good. I was a little nervous going out there, but I did know after the pick, our touchdown, and when we kicked the ball off, and our kickoff team and their second line was trying to block our kickoff team, and I think we probably ran over 5 or 6 kids. I said, this game's over.
Yeah, you had them. All right, now back to South Haven. What can we expect from them offensively and defensively?
Well, start with their defense, which they're really salty on defense. They're going to send a lot of pressure. They're going to send 5 or 6 guys every play, and do a lot of games on the back end. Their outside backers are like big, tall safeties and stuff that are thicker. They're super. They put their dudes on defense.
Gotcha.
They put them on defense. They want to stop you. They want to force turnovers. They're really good at getting to the quarterback. They're really good at getting in the backfield and causing disruption. So I'm excited to see our game plan and how our O-line picks up stuff, what scheme that we're going to match for that, to overcome what they're going to bring to us. That's what they're best at. Now, offensively, they didn't score a point last week. They lost a lot of guys offensively. But they have some playmakers on offense that can beat you. They got a kid, a number 2. He's a running back, receiver, wildcat quarterback. He can do it all. Their O-line is athletic. They're not as big as Whitehaven was last week, but I think they move better in Whitehaven. And they got some receivers that can just kind of beat you. You got a young quarterback right now that's still kind of feel it out. So we got to do our part and don't give them anything.
We got South Haven this week, and then the following week, community tailgate with Hernando. But for this week, Coach, do you feel like this is going to be the most routine week you had? The weather's supposed to be cooperative. It doesn't look like it's gonna mess your schedule up any?
I don't think it, well, when you say that with the weather, we're not in our routine right now because we played on Saturday night.
Right, so you're a short week, basically.
Yeah, we didn't bring the kids in on Sunday film. Yesterday at practice, you usually gotta give guys 48 hours
Right.
to recover. Well, I don't feel like they have had 48 hours to recover yesterday. And I could kind of tell. I mean, I told them, I said, guys, we looked slow today at practice.
Still getting that soreness
Still
out.
get some of that soreness out. Now today is gonna be a little bit different story. And we played a JV game last night. I thought our JV guys looked kind of slow. We won, had a good JV, but like we just looked slow yesterday. And I think it's probably because it was a physical game, and it was our first game, so that's where you get, that's what someone, I've heard that before, you get most of your injuries first game. We didn't have but one injury right now, and he should be back soon. But, hopefully it won't be next week is routine either because we got Labor Day.
Right.
So we got a few weeks till we really feel we get in a routine. I thought our guys have handled the weird routine of practicing at night and stuff last week, and that's what I told them yesterday. I said, guys, man, y'all been coming in at 7 o'clock and practicing and had better practice at 7 o'clock at night than you did at normal routine at a 1:30 practice. So
Maybe that's what it was there.
Maybe.
Clock. So with this practice this week, coming off the game against Whitehaven, looking at film, what's the big area of improvement that you got to have?
I think the big area of improvement is us. Just us, worry about us, improve us. Are we wanting to be a district championship team, state championship team, and those type of teams don't cut it off. Don't get the big head. We had a big, long meeting, PowerPoint meeting yesterday, and it was, worry about us. Don't listen to what Uncle's telling you. Don't listen to what Daddy's telling you. Don't listen to what the newspaper's telling you, because they don't know
Right.
what kind of goes in these walls and what
Right.
goes on that field and stuff like that. We got a long way to go. It's a long season. Let's worry about Whitehaven. Let's worry about, going out this Friday, having fun, competing, and put on a showing like we did last week.
Right. Always easier to get better after you win, too. It's a little more fun to get better. Coach, good luck this weekend. Before we let you go, I'm going to put you on the spot.
Do it.
This week 0 definition in college football drives me nuts. It was week 1, or if you want to say it was.
You talking about this past
this
weekend?
past weekend. So we're going to say week 1 is this weekend.
Week 1 is this week.
I know you love college football as much as I do. In the SEC, one team, if you had to say, y'all better watch out for, who would it be?
Spot on.
Not somebody that's going to be the easy pick, the Georgia, the Alabama, the LSU's. Somebody that you think, you know what, that they might be a little sneaky on you people this year.
Well, I think there's 2 teams. I'm gonna say 3. Okay, and these might not be some popular opinions. One of them's kind of biased. I think Zach Arnett's gonna do a great job.
I do too, and they're getting no love.
I think, and that's where State wants to be. I like Beamer a lot.
I do too.
South Carolina's gonna be salty. I got 2 more teams, sorry. Freeze is going to do a good job for us, all said and done in Auburn. They're going to surprise and beat some folks. I'm saying a lot of teams right now. I'm just trying to throw some, and, I think Vandy's trending up for once, compared to what Vandy is.
Right.
Now, they might not sneak up on some powerhouses, but,
Well, they got a couple of wins last year that nobody saw coming.
They did, so.
And they were that week 0. They got to win this weekend too. Well, there you hear it. We're kind of on the same page there. I like that. All right. Thanks for tuning in. South Haven, Friday, almost said Saturday night. Friday night at 7 o'clock. It's Pee Wee night, right?
Pee Wee night, cheer night, yes.
Pee Wee night and cheer night. It's going to be a lot of kids running around. So make sure you come out, get your tickets now on GoFan. We'll see you Friday night. For Coach Hart, I'm Greg Ellis. This is Gridiron Takes.